Broncos, next on EA Sports.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL has us at the foot of the Rockies, just west of downtown Denver at Empower Field at Mile High. Today we've got a Week 5 matchup in store here, as it'll be the Las Vegas Raiders taking on the Denver Broncos. And hello again, everyone. Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. And Charles, we look at this Bronco team. Now, losers their last time out, so they'll look to make amends here.
And one of the best ways you can do that is to be at home, and they are. They're going to try and ride that home crowd and that wave of emotion to a victory in this one.
On the other side of the field for the visiting Raiders, we're in October now, so everybody should be coming into form, shouldn't they?
They really should, and what you have now is a full routine established.
Two of the bigger disappointments in the first quarter of the season doing battle here as we get this one underway. And no run back here, so they'll bring it out to the 25. So here comes the Raiders offense now onto the field. And they will be led out by the youngster, the rookie, their QB.
I tell you what, when he is on schedule for that week, secondaries take notice because you've got to stay alert back there on every snap. A truly powerful arm, one that's capable of challenging any level of the defense on any given play. That's why so many scouts preach arm talent when preparing for the NFL draft. A quarterback with arm strength to make every throw in the book, he's an asset to have in any offense.
The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sand. Well, if they have any thoughts of coming in here and getting this road victory, that's not the way to start it out on the first play of the game.
Yeah, one thing you always say when you go on the road, take the crowd out of the game. They actually brought the crowd into it by permitting that sack right out of the gate.
Gotta hope that's not a sign of things to come as they face an early second and long. Looking to throw. Weaver. He gets this to Davante Adams. A nice pickup there, 19 yards. And they're set up better for third. Back to throw. Weaver. That is caught. And he is going to have the Raiders first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. That catch now puts him at 1,094 in his career. And in recent memory, he passed Reggie Wayne, Anquan Bolden, T.O. on the list, and now he's even with Tim Brown. Now a play fake here on first down. He'll be brought down by the Broncos. It's a sack. That one will set him back nearly 10 yards here on first down on the sack. Now make that a second sack here on their first drive out defensively, and not to get ahead of ourselves, but they're on pace for double-digit sacks at this point.
But they're going to have to find a way to tamp that down, aren't they? So if you're the play caller, you're telling your quarterback maybe some screens, maybe some draws, hard count, use your voice inflection a little bit, anything to try and slow that pressure down.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete. Davante Adams, the intended receiver, and it'll bring up third down. You look at this Bronco defense. They come into this one 9th in the NFL against the run.
Most of their challenges have come in.
And a big loss here as he's taken down. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sand.
I don't know about you, but if I'm the offensive line coach right now, I'm having an absolute fit. This team that they're going against has 3 sacks, yet they rank dead last in the league in sacks coming into this game.
Maybe overlooked them a little bit?
Could be. I don't know if it's the scheme. I don't know if they've just gotten fortunate along the way. I have no real great answer for it, but we're seeing something you don't often see.
He'll send this one into the mile-high air, and it's a good one. He'll look to set up his blockers. It'll wind up being a net of 41. 9-yard return, 50 on the punt. And the Broncos take over, first down and 10. So now we'll get a look at the other offensive unit as they come out for their first possession. And leading them out, their signal caller, now in his 4th season in the NFL.
And no excitement unless you're on the defensive team of last week in his numbers, because the only excitement he really generated was the 1 interception he threw.
Yeah, no touchdown passes.
Yeah, and his team wasn't real thrilled about that. And they lost the game. so. I know this week has been tough on him because he's been working hard. Fundamentals, footwork, finding the right targets, and bottom line, how do they get a win?
And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. Good coverage downfield led to him taking off, picking up the first down on a 13-yard run. The first carry now. This is Williams. They'll manage to break a tackle and get this forward for a couple. It'll be second down. The numbers for Williams a week ago: 14 carries, 53 yards, and a touchdown.
They've lost a bunch of games in a row now. They've got to start thinking a little bit differently, maybe a little bit outside of the box. Find other ways to move the football. I don't know if you're going to do it through the air or maybe change up how you establish a run game.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. They're looking for Judy, but it's intercepted. It's DJ Turner who's got it, and the Raiders are going to take over at their own 41. And that's a ball that he is going to want to keep, his first career interception in the National Football League.
And I love what teams do when that happens. You bring the ball to the sideline, the equipment guy grabs it, he puts a piece of tape on it, writes on it so that you know what it is, and then they tuck it away so that you can have it for later and put it on your mantle. Pretty good deal for him right there. Now he's eager to get back out on the field and get his second one.
They'll begin on the ground with Jacobs. To the 43, second down. A check on Jacobs from a week ago. 20 carries, 93 yards, and a score.
After the last game, they have plenty of reason to be confident in their running game. And even though they're facing a top 10 defense, they're not going to shy away from doing what they do best. Make them adjust to them. Make them stop what they do before they go to any type of a changeup.
A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
I certainly thought he had an open look beyond the first down marker to his receiver, but they just couldn't connect, and that will send them back to the drawing board.
On third down, Weaver. He's got his target. That's complete. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. 27 yards there on a very nice third down conversion.
And now at this point in the first half, you've got to realize as an offense, you're not going to get it all back in one fell swoop. This is going to be about sustained drives and making sure you finish with points. And that's a good throw there for a first down.
So a 1st and 10 now in Denver territory as they're down to the 29-yard line. He'll get it to the 23-yard line. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
A 7-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 3.
Once again, it's Jacobs. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. Clock rolling as we hit the midway point of this first quarter. They go play action here on first down. This one complete to his fullback out of the backfield. And that's good for a gain of 6, and it'll be second down.
Well, this has certainly been a nice drive with the way they've spread the football around. Here, they even get the fullback involved in the passing game. That's got to cause a lot of consternation on the defensive side. You've got to cover him, too. That makes things really difficult.
And here he'll get it down to the 7. 4 yards on the play, and that leads to the 1st and goal.
First down, Las Vegas.
Looking to throw. Weaver. To the back of the end zone, but too high. Over everybody and incomplete.
Great coverage down in the end zone. He's scanning the field, looking. No one ever came open. So in the end, he makes the best decision and just fires it over the end line.
And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. Only a yard there, and that'll bring us to 3rd and goal. Back to throw. Weaver. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away. Good fourth down.
Great defense there on 3rd and goal. They took away everything. Forced him to fire that one to the sideline where no one could get it.
York able to send this one through, and the Raiders jump out to a 3-0 advantage. So, Charles, they get to them with their first turnover of the game and then make it hurt a little bit extra with a field goal.
And anytime you give the ball up, what's the first thing a coach tells his defense? Don't let them score off of this. You've got to put out the fire. In fact, in 2021, that's what one NFL coach termed his defense. The firemen. Go out there, guys, and don't let them put some points on the board.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Finding room at midfield. And finally brought down at the 38. The big gainer there on the catch and run. 37 yards.
It's not a surprise when you read scouting reports and watch tape because you know he's a heck of a player. But he is so difficult to get down in the open field. They just want to get him the ball and let him do his thing.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Off the play fake. Vincent. Steps away to his left. And he'll protect himself at the end here as he winds up getting pretty decent yardage. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's 2nd down.
At the 31-yard line.
Now a give up the middle to Williams. And he's going to get this one down to the 30. Give him a yard on the run there, and that's going to set up a 3rd down and 2.
It's a gain of a yard. Brings up 3rd down and 2.
Looking to throw. Vincent has got it to Williams. And he will have the Broncos 1st down, and he's going to have it by plenty. Able to get 8 yards there on 3rd and 2. The first carry now for Tony Pollard. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the run. That's good for 21 yards and a 1st down.
Now that was a big run. It takes them all the way down to the running line, and that'll shake the confidence of any defense. So when they're looking for a little bit of support now, looking at their defensive coordinator, if I'm him, I dial up some pressure. I just go after him because otherwise you're still playing back on your heels, and that's not.
And he will take it in for a Bronco touchdown. It's the fullback. His first touchdown on the year. And the Broncos are able to answer the early 3 points and take a first-quarter lead. And when the smaller guy can't power it across the goal line, Charles, sometimes you need to go with a fullback. They did. It worked.
What's that thing about force and mass? How's that?
Oh, yeah. Force equals mass times acceleration.
Oh, that's big-time stuff. That's from the same guy the apple dropped on his head, right?
Extra point by Patterson, up and good. And that makes it a 7-3 lead. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt to return. Here's Las Vegas ready to take the field. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But also have to remember, they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
2nd down, Jacobs once more. And Jacobs is going to have a Raiders 1st down as he'll get this up past the 35-yard line.
Usually we see runs like this as the defense breaks down later in the game, but this guy's setting the tone early, running through all types of tackles and putting the defense back on its heels.
Here's Jacobs on 1st and 10. And he'll grab a gain of 5 out of this up to the 41-yard line.
That's a really good gain right there. They pick up 5 yards halfway to a 1st down. The only problem now in the huddle, everyone's going to want to touch the football. Be a lot of chattering now because they've seen that they can move the line of scrimmage.
Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete. Try to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. Back to throw. Weaver. He finds his man, complete. That's Jacobs. And he will be out of bounds here on what will turn out to be the final play of this first quarter. After one, 7-3 the score on EA Sports. Second quarter now, and it's Las Vegas with the football. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Back to the running game with Jacobs. Oh, and now some space to operate. Looks down the numbers. There he goes. And he will score. Touchdown, Las Vegas. Josh Jacobs, his 3rd rushing touchdown on the year. And the Raiders are once again back in front. And that CD, one heck of a run. He just refused to go down.
And that's where determination comes in, because he had at least a couple of guys had really good shots at him, but he just said, I don't think so. Speed, power, elusiveness, all on display right there. Look like you, partner, back in your salad days in Evansville.
Extra point by York is up and good. And the lead is now 10-7. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. On the return, Tony Pollard from his end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. Set to take over, the Broncos offense trots back out. That last drive, it was a good mix. Run, pass. Defense on their toes.
And what really helps out in a big way is when you're doing the run-pass mix and everything's working, that means that they're guessing wrong every time on defense. They think you're going to pass when you run and vice versa. I would continue that, and when they finally draw a beat on you, maybe you mix it up a little bit, a little play action, and throw the ball.
And will they maintain that balance? Time to find out. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a 1st down. The Broncos at 1-3 here in the early part of the year. They were losers last time out, trying to turn things around here in this one.
And it always helps to have a home crowd behind you, giving you encouragement as long as you give them something good to cheer about. So you know they just want to come out and play well for their faithful, and I expect them to do just that.
2 minutes gone by, second quarter. Off play action. Vincent. Caught left side. Williams. A yard all they need, but it's 3rd down. They'll look to throw again. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he will have a Broncos 1st down as they're able to convert by plenty there on 3rd and 1.
Well, they've certainly gotten him involved in this first half, and on 3rd down, they looked his way again. And what a delight for his quarterback to find him and keep the drive moving.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. They'll drop this underneath to Pollard, and he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. So the completion good for 6 yards, and it'll be 2nd down.
At the 44-yard line.
Off the play fake, Vincent. He finds his man, complete. It's Warner. And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 47. It'll be a loss of 2, maybe 3 on the play. 3rd and 7 now. Again, he'll drop to throw. That's to the right sideline, and it falls incomplete.
And based on my math, they've only converted 1 time thus far in this game, so you can see the frustration starting to come out a little bit. 3rd downs, they've been a problem for them all game. They've got to start becoming solutions.
And here now the punter Fox as he sends this one away. Here comes the offense again, and let's focus on Josh Jacobs for a moment. He'll be looking to get in the end zone again. Had the touchdown, as you see, last drive on 4 carries. And during the break, we were looking at some of the replays from the previous drive. Really good holes created, great space.
Yeah, I like the observation you had, though, during that break about, okay, they've got to do something to slow down their runners. So is it bringing in more defensive linemen? Is it dropping in extra linebackers? What are you going to do? Personally, I'm going to take my safety and drop him into the box. I'm going to have at least 7 in there until he shows that he can beat me through the air. Yeah. I've got to slow down the running game.
I was just going to say, you'll take the exposure in the passing game over the top until you can prove that you can stop the running game.
Sometimes you go cold because you haven't thrown it in a while. Let's see if he can heat up again.
And this offense on 3rd down today, they've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This is 3rd and 7. This is going to be incomplete.
Well, they came up with points in their first 2 possessions, but it looks like they'll come up empty here on their 3rd drive. The defense finally starting to get locked into them a little bit. Might have to go a little bit deeper into their playbook on their next possession.
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. Fair catch signaled for and taken just shy of the 30-yard line. So a change of possession here on the punt. And out will come the offense as they take over. They begin the drive with Williams. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
It's a gain of 6, moves him to a manageable 3rd and 2 situation.
That's a gain of 6. Makes it 3rd and 2.
Off play action. Vincent. And incomplete. He had nowhere to throw, so he just tossed it away. But that brings up 4th. Following the play here, now we've got an injury. We'll step aside and get a report when we come back to Denver. Jack Fox out to punt here on 4th down. And that one hits at the 7, but bounds into the end zone, and that'll be a touchback. So here are the Raiders now to take over. They are trying to snap that 3-game losing streak. On top so far with the football here, 1st and 10. On the ground, it's Jacobs to start the drive. Fights forward for only about a yard up to the 21. Now we get a stoppage because a member of the Raiders shaken up on that one. We'll step aside and get a report when we come back to Denver. 2nd and 9 now from the 21. Off the play fake. Weaver. He's got a man. It's his fullback. And he stopped right at the 25 after a gain of 5. Here is 3rd and 5. Looking to throw. Weaver. Short throw, and that's hauled in by Mayer. And he is going to have the Raiders 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Well, a lot of times when you get a manageable 3rd down situation like this, you have to think about your tight end, and he comes through for him, picking up the 1st down.
They will run out of the gun with Jacobs. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 45. Saw the linebacker Damone Clark coming through with a stop. From the 44-yard line, here's a 2nd and 5. Off play action. Weaver. Gets it downfield to Mayer. And he's going to be out of bounds all the way down inside the 15. It's a big play there for Vegas. 43 yards.
There's the arm strength that we saw in college and during the scouting process. And really, it's not just the arm strength there, but the placement as well. To me, that was an excellent combination of arm talent and accuracy.
So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Off the bootleg. Weaver. He finds his man. Complete. That's Young. Now it looks like we've got a Raider here slow to get up. We'll step aside and get a report when we come back to Denver. 2nd and 5 from the 8. Running straight ahead is Jacobs. And he stopped immediately there. They'll say no gain on the play there. Now it'll be 3rd down. set the man in motion too late. This is going to be a delay.
Delay of game, offense.
What's up, man?
That flag accepted, and it backs the offense up a little bit.
Still third down.
Delay of game penalty. Ships him back 5 yards, makes it 3rd and 10. Back to throw. Weaver. That's to the pylon and incomplete. Good work by that Bronco defense, and it leads to a 4th down.
Smart move before that one away. You're in field goal range, so you definitely don't want to be loose with the ball. And that's great work by this defense to force a 4th down.
York able to send this one through.
And the lead stretches to 6 here. It's 13-7.
So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
So the Broncos coming out now.
As we eke closer and closer to intermission, Charles, remember last time out they punted. They would love to get points here, especially if this is going to be their final possession of the first half.
Yeah, and this is what close games feel like because the pressure is on both sides, but sometimes the pressure is a little bit higher on the team with the slight edge because they're trying to hold on to that, trying to increase it. Let's see how this one continues.
Throwing again on 2nd down, but this time it's incomplete.
As his old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out hot. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
From the gun on 3rd down, Vincent, and completes it to Kirk over the middle. And he's brought down short by a yard. It's a 3rd down gain of 4.
Receivers love having the reputation of being go-to guys on 3rd down, and he was fighting like he really wanted to have that reputation, didn't he? I mean, he came very close to making that a 1st down.
Broke the 1 tackle, but couldn't spring himself free. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Raider drive will start from deep in their own territory with a 1st and 10.
The Las Vegas offense ready to start this next drive.
And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had the field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, hey, let's get 3, right?
Not one that I've ever met.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Weaver. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down. Looking to throw. Weaver.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have the Raiders' 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
On 1st and 10, Weaver. And his throw is incomplete.
It certainly didn't appear that that's where he wanted to go with the ball initially, so he tried to get something out of it by dumping it off to his running back unsuccessfully.
Back to throw again. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down. Jacobs going to try the middle, and he'll be stopped at the 27-yard line, well short of the 1st down marker. He's been a busy man here in this 1st half as he gets it away. This is taken at the 18. The Broncos about set to go on offense. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
They go over the middle, and it's complete to start the drive. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4. To throw on second down, Vincent drops this underneath for Pollard. A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31.
That's a gain of 3. Brings up 3rd and 3.
On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. Able to find the open man. That's complete. Now the Broncos going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 27 seconds remaining here in the second quarter. Right back to Judy, and it's complete. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call. So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. This from 54 yards away. Patterson's kick is good. And that will cut the lead back down to 3 at 13-10. So a big play before the end of the half to get him into this spot, and they cash in with 3.
How about the 1-2 to the solar plexus on that one? The big play, the field goal, not much time left on the clock. That's the way to go into the half.
So we've reached halftime with the visiting Raiders out in front. As we send you on out to our studios in Orlando, here's Jonathan Coachman at REA Sports Halftime Report.
Okay, Brandon, thank you very much. More from you two in just a bit. But first, let's get everybody caught up with what's going on around the NFL here in Week 5. We just watched a solid first half from the 2022 rushing champ, Josh Jacobs. He wound up finding the end zone on a touchdown run to help give his guys the advantage here at the break.
Okay, Coach, adjustments likely going to play a big role in this third quarter in what's been a tight contest so far. This one will come out to the 25 as Pollard is going to elect not to return it. Here comes the Broncos offensive unit here as they'll have it first to begin this third quarter. They do trail, but they have a chance to possess the football first to try and do something about it.
And that certainly makes it something of an important drive for them, because is it going to win the game? No, but you have to do something to bring some life to your sideline.
And he's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8.
When you see zone defense and you know you got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go, because he might wander into some tough coverage.
And he stopped after a gain of 1. Not enough. Still a yard to go on third down. Here now, 3rd and a yard.
Brings up 3rd and 1.
Off the play fake. Vincent. And down he goes. Brought down a Raiders sack. It's a loss of 10 on the sack, and it leads to 4th.
Now that was a passer's nightmare. The front door totally shut down by the defense, so he kept going backwards, hoping to find another avenue of escape. It didn't exist.
The Broncos send out their punter now, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken just outside the 20-yard line. So here comes the Raiders offense getting ready for their first possession of the second half. And both of these defenses have been stifling these last few drives offensively. Just not able to get anything going, so what needs to change?
I think a lot of the guys will go back and review, so to speak, because everyone has someone assigned to how did each play work. Okay, what did we use that kind of worked for us during this game? Try and get back to some of those plays, as well as the possibility of showing something you haven't shown already in this game and trying to change things up.
We'll see if they take the advice of Mr. Davis.
And he still doesn't have the catch. We're into the second half. I think it's a little bit of a surprise to me, but that was one he should have caught.
Absolutely. That was his best opportunity right there. He dropped it. From the gun on third down, Weaver. And he's unable to haul it in, so it falls incomplete over the middle third of the field, and that brings up fourth. Here's A.J. Cole now. He's been terrific so far. Pulled in at the 24. It's a 43-yard punt, a return of 5.
And they will take over first and 10. Denver's offense ready to go again.
And our game's hit a little bit of a lull here, a little bit of a snag. Punts on back-to-back drives.
And old-school coaches don't necessarily mind that. Didn't turn it over, right? Didn't create a big play for the other team. Right now what you're looking for is, can you gain an advantage in field position? And that's what both teams are seeking right now.
Yeah, they'll be seeking to gain that advantage here on this drive.
2nd and 11. That's dumped off to Pollard.
He'll be hit down at the 33, 5 yards on the play.
I know it was a gain, but you have to sense probably a little bit of disappointment there, because when it's out there in open space, I think they expect to get more out of a play, don't you?
Especially when you're getting it to your guy out of the backfield. You're expecting him to be able to create something, be a little more shifty.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Good open field tackling held it to an okay gain. Another down on the scoreboard, but the urge to go for it is almost irresistible here on 4th and short. Yeah, I know they're on their own side of the field.
I was going to say.
Normally I would say punt the ball away, but I'm feeling it. I say go for it.
Averaging 50 yards a boot so far as this one's away.
Well, on that punt, we've got a man shaken up.
We'll step aside and get a report when we come back to Denver. Throwing to start the drive.
Weaver. Well, that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there. Forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down.
Now a give to Jacobs running right. And some room to maneuver. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line.
109 yards on the ground here for Jacobs, and this is a first down.
13 yards. First down, Raiders.
Back to throw. Weaver. He finds his man. Complete. It's Jacobs. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. He was unable to shake free there. They'll cover him for a loss of a yard.
Well, Brandon, we could see that play developing, and they were hoping that he was going to be able to put a move on the first guy and turn it into a big play. But no such luck. The speed on defense continues to get better and better in the NFL. Pretty nice example there. Those guys being able to run from their assignments and finish off that play.
Plenty of shouts from this crowd as they watch the replay. They want a challenge, and they're going to get one. Did he keep those feet in bounds? That's the question they've got to decide. And I got to say, watching it in real time, it was awfully close.
Yeah, it certainly looked like a heck of a catch because he didn't appear to bobble it, which could complicate things. But even with the benefit of replay, that's pretty tight.
Well, here's the call. So the challenge there does not go their way. This will indeed remain a completed pass. They'll run right here with Jacobs.
And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. Looking to throw. Weaver. Over the middle. That's caught by Adams. And this is going to be another first down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos' 45-yard line.
First down, Raiders.
He goes right back to Adams. That's complete. Call it a gain of 6 on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
Pick up the 6. Brings up 2nd and 4 at the 39-yard line.
They just do get the playoff as he'll look to throw.
They swing that out wide to Jacobs.
And he'll get it down to the play to the 37. So just 3 yards on the completion there. And that's going to bring up 3rd and 2. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And he's got his man on the out route. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets it down to the 30 there. That one good for 7 as this.
And now following that last play, I do believe we're going to get a review here. Yes, indeed, the red flag is out. Did he keep those feet in bounds? That's the question they've got to decide. And I got to say, watching it in real time, it was awfully close.
Yeah, it certainly looked like a heck of a catch because he didn't appear to bobble it, which could complicate things. But even with the benefit of replay, that's pretty tight.
Now, here's the call. So the challenge there unsuccessful, and that means that he'll be out of challenges from the remainder of this ball game.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
But plain and simple, that's the 2nd time today that he's dropped a pass.
And that one, I think, maybe even a little easier than the earlier one that he dropped. Surprising.
Was this game announced as a night game prior to, and maybe his rhythm is just off? He's got thrown off. He's going to have to wake up, enjoy the sunshine, and go play.
That's caught by Myers. And they are able to stop it, but he does take it all the way to the 2. That's good for 28 yards.
And I'll tell you what, this offense is playing a little bit of keep away right now. They've come out here in the 3rd quarter, possessed the ball for quite a while, and they keep on converting. Nice pitch and catch there to set up the 1st and goal.
Jacobs will score. Touchdown, Raiders.
What a luxury it is to be able to call a bowling ball like Josh Jacobs down near the goal line. 5'10", 220 pounds, and he's not afraid to get in there and get the tough yards. He finishes off this drive with a touchdown run.
York now for the extra point.
And his guys will take a 10-point lead. That one in the books as a 12-play drive. And it was capped off by a touchdown run from Josh Jacobs.
Pollard elects to keep it, and this will come out to the 25-yard line.
The Bronco offense now set to come back out onto the field.
See if they can put this drive in the end zone, Charles, because it's been a little bit of a rough go at times. They've had to punt the football a ton in this ball game because of stalled-out drives.
So are you saying that you're kind of tired of seeing the punter run out there and do his thing during this game? Is that what you're trying to say?
Well, I mean, I'm okay with it. I have a feeling that this offense, they don't want to see the punter again.
And frankly, the punter doesn't want to run out there anymore himself. He'd love to see his offense put together a drive and give his leg a rest.
Holding offense.
Now they face a 2nd and long following the holding penalty. Back to throw. Vincent.
And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively. And now it brings up 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd down and 11.
Operating from the gun. Vincent. And the Raiders have got him.
Tyree Wilson using that athletic ability to make the play.
Okay, I'm not sure you could actually draw a better pass rush than that one right there. Nowhere to go outside. He had to keep backing up and backing up and backing up. Eventually dropped for a huge loss.
The Broncos send out their punter now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Averaging over 50 yards a punt so far as this one's away. And did they keep it in? They did. They kept it in. It's down to close to the goal line at the 1-yard line.
Time again to see Josh Jacobs and this Vegas offense operate.
He's already hit pay dirt twice. He's up over 100 yards. He is feeling good.
And he's just zipping along today. Everything coming together for him. It's that type of a day that you see him back. Just got to have a grin on his face every time his number is called. Because he doesn't feel like there are going to be any lost yardage plays. Nothing but big-time positive runs.
Making the sideline grin as well. Looking to throw on second down. Weaver. And, he's unable to hold on to that defensively. A potential game changer, but it falls incomplete. Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on second down. Looking to throw. Weaver. And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to.
Good clean play. No flags coming out of the pocket of the officials. Turns into an incompletion, and that should get them off the field with a 3 and out.
The punt team on now is from their end zone. They get it away. And the football going back over to the Denver Broncos. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing in their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
It's been clear in this matchup which side has been the more physical one. It's been this defense. And here's another example on that last play.
Out of the gun now on 3rd down. And he fires one, but incomplete. He was waving his arms, wanted the football, but he dropped it. And that reminds me of the story you told me from your days at Tennessee. We don't need to mention the other guy's name, but when he dropped an open pass that you blew coverage on, what'd you say to him?
Yeah, it's really not right since I blew coverage, but since he dropped the pass, I said, well, maybe next time he'll just walk it out here and hand it to you. Would that be easier? He wasn't real thrilled with that.
That's cold-blooded. Cold-blooded. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11.
At the 23-yard line.
Off play action. Weaver. And that went too far in front. He couldn't reel it in. It's incomplete. He shook his head right when he released that throw. He knew it was going to be a little off target.
Yeah, the excitement got him on that one. Wasn't able to control the fact the receiver was open, and it would have been an easy throw.
To throw on 3rd down, Weaver. And the Broncos get there and take him down.
Loss of 10 as multiple defenders get to it.
This is a little hard for me to compute because I'm watching sack after sack happen, but somehow they're still behind in the game. I would expect all of this defensive pressure to translate to them taking a lead, and thus far, it hasn't happened. Time's winding down. They don't want to waste this type of performance from these ace pass rushers.
Here's A.J. Coldell, standing about a yard deep in his own end zone. He'll send this one into the mile-high air, and it's a good one. Fair catch called for and taken right near the 30-yard line. A big kick that time, 52 yards. And the Broncos take over, 1st down and 10. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Throwing to start the drive. Vincent. Williams brings it in. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Right about 20 yards on the pickup. Well, officially, they'll say it's going to go for 19.
At the 49-yard line.
And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this 3rd quarter. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Welcome back now to Denver. It's the Broncos trailing, but they do have possession of the football as we begin quarter number 4.
One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. You're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
And a big loss here as he's taken down. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sand.
I remember throughout my career here in defensive coaches always say, guys, you got to earn the right to rush the passer. Well, they put themselves in a great spot with this big lead, and they know they've got to throw the ball.
These pass rushers have to be salivating. It is pin your ears back time indeed. The Broncos on third down. They've had a lot of chances, but not much success, converting only 3 times. This will be 3rd and a mile. Throw right side, complete to Williams. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And that'll bring up 4th down.
Brandon, a good idea there on 3rd down. Run a little clear out and hope you can get your receiver the ball coming across the formation. Nice design, but well played defensively, and they stop him well short.
And here now the punter Fox as he sends this one away. No returning this one. It sails out of bounds, and they'll spot it right at the 20. They'll start on the ground here on 1st down. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. From the 22 now, here's 2nd down at 7. Caught on the right side by Adams. A 1-yard gain there following the 3-yard pickup on 1st down. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. On 3rd down, Weaver. And that is incomplete. Critical play in this football game because if they pick up the first there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them because they know that if they pick up a 1st down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
So a change of possession here on the punt. And out will come the offense as they take over. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. They start the drive on the ground. It's Williams. And he'll have a gain of 3 to the 33. On that last run, he's now hit the 6,000-yard mark for rushing yards in his career.
And moves him squarely into the top 100 rushers of all time. In fact, he can boast that he's rushed for over 1,000 yards more than Gale Sayers did in his career. And Gale Sayers was a Hall of Famer in a short career.
5th catch of the afternoon, and that gives him a 1st down.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 41-yard
Back to throw. Vincent. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Santos. The completion, but they go in the wrong direction. A loss of yards, and now they're dealing with a 2nd and long.
This possession means so much for them. They've got to focus on this drive and find a way to make this a one-possession game.
Yes.
Got to get a score.
Yeah, so good with a field goal. Don't necessarily need a touchdown. Here's a screen now for Pollard. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time.
That's a nice design there, but sometimes, though, you get so many blockers out ahead of you, they kind of slow you down and force you to adjust. You always appreciate guys trying to help you, but maybe one less there could have turned this into a bigger game.
And he got blown up, losing yardage on the play back at the 44. They'll wind up losing 3 here on the play, and that's going to make it 4th down.
The whole idea of the screen pass is to fool the defense in a big way and create a big play.
They weren't fooled.
Not 1 second, not one bit. How about them figuring it out, diagnosing it, and spilling it for lost yardage?
As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. He's got his target. That's complete. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. The time to pull out the stops is now, and they convert there on 4th down. So this drive going to continue following the conversion on 4th. Here's 1st and 10. Off the play fake. Vincent. He finds his man, complete. That's Warner. And he got blown up, losing yardage on the play back at the 44. Despite the completion, they're going to wind up losing 3 there. 2nd down. They'll look to throw again.
Open man is Kirk, complete. Short completion, just 4 yards, and that's going to set up a tough 3rd and 9. Looking to throw. Vincent. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
But that's a defensive coordinator's got to be happy with that result. They took away all options downfield and forced the incompletion.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. That's to his running back, complete. But they're going to wrap him up as he'll go down well short of a first. Now it looks like we've got a Bronco that's banged up on the play. We'll step aside and get a report when we come back to Denver. Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 37. They'll start this drive out on the ground, and they will only muster a yard here to the 38.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
2nd down, Jacobs once more. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. 131 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long. No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the 4th quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
Now a deep ball there on 2nd down, but it'll wind up incomplete.
And they're at the point of the ball game now where they've got to take some chances. They've got to put the ball in the air and just see what happens. But this defense knows that all too well.
And now the 3rd down throw incomplete as well. But the passing game right now for them not overly impressive. Last week he hit on right at 50%. This week he's under 50%.
And it's not just on him. Protection, a few breakdowns along the way. That's made him get off the spot. Receivers not getting their way open downfield. The coverage has been awfully tight. They've got to all get together and find ways to make this passing game get in gear.
And coming out now, the Broncos. Their defense was able to force the punt. That's the good news. But this is still a 2-score game, and they need points on this drive and in a relatively quick manner. Over the middle, complete to Judy. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. Looking to speed things up here, going with some tempo. To throw on 2nd down, Vincent. Throw out wide is incomplete.
Had the right idea there, trying to throw it to the sideline, but he led him just a little bit too much, trying to get it out to his receiver. Ends up falling to the ground, incomplete.
Off play action, Vincent. And that will be incomplete.
I think it's safe to say that he's made some questionable decisions out there so far. Forced some throws into tight coverage. He's already been picked off in this game. 4th down now, but he was fortunate on that one not to have another turnover on his ledger.
Fights through him, and they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this 2nd half. Here's 1st and 10. Now this one complete downfield on the left side. So not quite a 1st down just yet as they come up on 2nd and less than a yard. Now a throw here, hauled in. And Judy's going to have a Broncos 1st down as he'll get this down to the 41. Back to throw. Vincent. And he's going to drop this off to Williams, complete. Even with the good footwork, he'll be stopped just inside the 35-yard line. Now it looks like we've got a Bronco that's banged up on the play. We'll step aside and get a report when we come back to Denver. Here's 2nd down and 3. Back to throw again. Quick hitter here, it's complete. Time not on their side. They've got one timeout, the 2-minute warning to work with as well. But they need points. 1st and 10. Meanwhile, the throw here is complete. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves them with 2 to go on second down. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. Here comes second down. Now they'll try and set up the quarterback draw here. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. First down now, but the clock continues to move. Looking to throw. Vincent. And this is caught down for a late touchdown. So hold everything here. This one's not over yet.
I'm not sure win-win is the proper term here, but it certainly felt like it. They got the touchdown they needed. But if I'm on the defensive side of the ball, okay.
And now remember, all touchdowns are reviewed. And in a tight game like this, they're going to take a good long look at it. They're taking a peek at whether or not those feet were in bounds, and obviously a big call here in the end zone.
And not just the feet. How about the hands? How's the ball possessed while the feet are hopefully getting down in bounds? That's what they're trying to look at to see if it all comes together.
So they called it a touchdown originally, and this will stay a touchdown after the video review, so they had it right. They get one more as the extra point's up and good. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this fourth quarter. Team for the Raiders able to secure it. And they just about had to get that recovery to have any chance. They only have one timeout. You look at the clock. Now let's do the math here, Charles. This one's pretty much over.
Yeah, we do have a chart here, don't we, that tells us about the timeouts.
You do. I'm not as smart as you.
And in looking at it, you're exactly right. Chart's not going to help them here at all. They're pretty much done at this stage. They had to have that recovery.
The Vegas offense ready for their next possession. And barring mistakes, they should be able to kneel this one out and finish it off. And there's only one timeout remaining on the defensive side of the ball, so that doesn't really come into play either. Jacobs tried to run on first down, but he's going to be stopped and taken down behind the line of scrimmage. Another run on second down, trying to cover up. And he's going to have a Raider first down. And that should be the one that finishes the script here.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with. And throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a first down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They feel like they've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
The Raiders likely going to get out of this with a victory as they take a knee. So this one a victory for the Las Vegas Raiders. And it's never easy to come into Denver to win. You think all you have to deal with the altitude, but they got the job done.
Well, there's a reason Olympic athletes train nearby. All right, they've got a terrific training center in Colorado Springs. You train at the altitude, the lungs expand, you go down to the regular,